So today we're going to talk about working with a composer. For me, it's like I view the composer's time as like very, very important. So I don't genuinely like to bring them involved until like the second or third draft. But as I kind of started doing like my second and third musical, I figured out a system that works for me, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So here's what I do first: make a demo script. So a demo script is like basically it's basically like a puke draft for composers where they can see the entire story. So what it would be is like, oh, you don't like put too much into the dialogue of this. You just kind of put the story on page. But then there's also, you can do it your own way. You could take it like song by song, like write the first 10 pages, add a composer for the first song, second pages. I just think that would take a little bit long for the composer to be able to finish. Because of how long it takes for a composer to like do their job, it's better to like make a really bad like first draft that you give to them. Make sure that the demo draft is still accurate to what you think is going to happen in the show. Maybe like things will change later and you could still reuse the songs, or you might not be able to reuse the songs. I feel like the purpose of the demo script is to kind of have an outline that they could start with because of how long it takes them. The second I notice like a change that's significant, like getting rid of a scene, I would tell my composer immediately. But otherwise, like, give your composer the freedom to do it themselves and like discover like what they think of the story without necessarily giving too much context to it. Send a demo script, work on the regular script, and then start with like a weekly deadline, depending on if you're paying them or not. If you're paying them like even like $50 per song, it would be nice to like have a schedule just for them and for you to keep you and the project on track. Like maybe like one song a week I like to do. That gives me enough time to like really focus on that particular song, but then also focus on that section of the script that the song comes in. Because it's like really important to find like the perfect context for the song, once you have your demo script, I would come up with like some maybe like voice recordings, like melodies and ideas, and put it down for each song. Like maybe just a chorus or just a verse, or a verse, chorus, and bridge. It's good to like be very, very flexible with what you give the composer, especially if you don't know 100% what you're doing there. You have something exactly you want, but it might not necessarily be to the expertise of like the composer. Might be like, oh, this is not in the right key, or this is not this. It's good. I usually would do like also a music breakdown sheet where I would break down the song by verse, chorus, bridge. So like, let's say like by the first verse the character's in this mindset, the second verse they're in this mindset. Or I'll split that and I will clarify, this person sings, then this person sings, then this person sings. That way like you're giving the composer time to adjust things. You have everything, the character's intention, maybe 2 reference songs, and tell the composer exactly what you want in the reference song, so that way they're not just shooting it in the dark. Also, you have to think about vocal range, like which character is singing which type of range, and you don't necessarily have to make that dictate the story you're trying to tell, but you do have to like kind of keep the composer in mind. There's so many times where I wrote a song that was just in the wrong key, and it takes so long to redo the whole thing if you're really far into the process. So that's something I would desperately avoid if I were you. And then ways to find the composer, I would say go on like LinkedIn or Fiverr, or just you could also find people's personal websites and actually just look into like people that are trying to be composers, perhaps in the college age or even slightly older, and see how much they charge, see if they've done a musical before, and if not, give them these resources and walk them through how exactly you would want to do it. Because if they don't know how to write a musical, which most people don't, you know, like you kind of have to take it step by step and discover what works best for you and the composer as a team. Because mine is just my default. But yeah, let me know if you're still looking for a composer or how that journey has been for you. Comment below.